we go. You guys, what we're doing is we're doing what we call graphing a line and limiting the domain. And they've given us a function. And we can see this function right here is defined as a slope of 3/2 plus 1. So if I look at this, I've got a function of x. I'm just going to write it down here. Equals 3/2 x plus 1. If I do this, what's my slope? 3/2, thank you. And what is my y-intercept? My y-intercept is 1. I really only need 2 points to graph a line. So I can graph this line, and I realize that my y-intercept is 1, so I'm going to put a dot right there. There's one line, 1 point for this line. I need another one. And I can see that they have restricted the domain. What notation is this? You got inequality, set, or interval notation. Which one is it? Set, because I can see those brackets. And they're saying for this graph, your domain, your values of x, all right, exist where x is greater than -2. So somewhere down here, and I'm just going to put a line at x equals -2. Somewhere over here, your graph starts, and it gets greater than. So your graph goes which way, right or left? Right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to find the point at which this graph hits -2. I could do a lot of things, right? I could do this, and it's probably a good way to solve it. I could plug into this function. I could do, hey, I'm going to do a function of -2. That means my input is -2, and my output is whatever the solution is when I plug -2 over in here for 1. I'm sorry, for x. So I know that the function of -2, I'm going to cross these guys off. That gives me 3 times -1, which is -3 plus 1. And listen to me say this. My output, when my input is -2, my input's -2, this is my output, is equal to -2. So I have an ordered pair where my x is -2, my input, and my y is -2, my output. I'm going to come over here and I'll mark it down. So it's -2, -2. Just to make sure I'm right, I'm going to check my slope. This slope says up 3, 1, 2, 3, and right 2, 1, 2. It looks like I've done this correctly. And I draw a line, and that is a graph of this with my domain limited to everything bigger or bigger than -2. I'm going to check to make sure I did it right, and I didn't. I made a mistake. What's my mistake? Should be an open circle. This should be an open circle. All right. So with this, I'm not sure. I'm taping this. I'm going to go ahead and put my range up here, and I realize that's a little awkward because I have a graph underneath it. But my range deals with y. We're going to write range the same way we did this. We're going to use set notation, so I'm going to do something right here. I'm going to be talking about my y, right? What is my lowest y? Tell me when I get someplace. My lowest y is? It's actually that point, isn't it? -2. So my lowest y is -2. Do I touch it? No, so I'm just going to put that one inequality symbol. I'm greater than it, but I'm not greater than or equal to. And how high does my y go? Infinity. I'm going to put this, but I probably don't need to put that, do I? I could probably get by without that, huh? Y is just greater than -2. I'm going to go ahead and end my set notation. Technically, both of them are correct. You'd see that more often when you're only going one direction. When you go to infinity in one direction, but you're limited on the other. You're restricted on the other. And we're done. So hit it.